think I speak for Jay Cooper when I say, "Wah! Wow, this sucks. The weather, it's cold. I don't like it." I came in wearing a sweatshirt. You came in wearing like a giant winter coat.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wore like a big head thing and gloves. This sucks. Like this entire time of year really blows. And it's like there's no such thing. I don't believe in fall, Jay. It's just kind of, it goes from summer to winter. And this year I think it really did. Like there was no middle of the road, and I'm sick of the whine. I'm sick of the people who are going to be whining in a couple weeks, who are out celebrating the cold and the misery and the darkness and everything else.
Boo.
I hate them. They're awful people. They're bad people.
They
rotten
suck.
humans. They do. Like honestly, like if you enjoy this weather, just stop listening right now. Just turn it to a different station.
Yes.
We don't want you here. It really blows. It's times like these that I really think about moving to Florida permanently. Just getting a transfer, never looking back. I like Pittsburgh, but I really hate like every time of the year except for like 3 months. Seriously though, if you like winter, I don't know. Try to give us some sort of joy. I don't know. It's this time of year. It sucks. Like I have this event tomorrow, which is going to be really awesome. Tea Beer Fest, which is going on right down on Grant Avenue. They're shutting the road down.
I love the sound of that.
Yeah, it's got tea and beer. And it's supposed to, I heard it's supposed to snow. Some guy at work told me it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Is it supposed to snow tomorrow? Do you know? Does anyone know? Are you listening? Is it supposed to snow tomorrow? Please brighten my mood. Tell me it's going to be warm and sunny and it's going to travel back up into the 80s tomorrow.
That would be nice.
That would be wonderful.
I mean, it was the 70s like all week until today.
Until today. It dropped down. I left work this morning because I'm back on that damn overnight shift. And I leave and it's freezing.
Yeah.
And of course I didn't wear a jacket going in because it was nice out. I leave and it's cold. This is River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network. It's the home of warm weather.
Yeah.
This is the station of warm weather. This is the station of sunshine and joy and happiness. And hopefully this show can be a ray of joy in your miserable day, because we know that you're upset because it's cold. I know somebody.
I know it's not just us.
And I know there's somebody in the chat room right now bitching because they love the winter. They love the cold weather. I know there's somebody out there who's going to be complaining, what are you whining for? I've waited all year for this miserable weather. And you know those are going to be the same people that are going to bitch as soon as it gets a little bit colder. Mm-hmm. I'm consistent. I'm very consistent. I always hate the cold. I always love the summer. You never hear me whine about the heat.
No.
In the summertime. You know that. You've known me for years. Have I ever complained about the heat?
Not once.
Not once.
Not once.
So it's a cold show today, but we're going to find our way through it. Actually, I'm kind of happy because this studio is really nice and comfortable despite the weather change. It really holds the temperature.
We came in with jackets and coats on, but
we're here in a t-shirt right now.
We're wearing t-shirts and stuff. We're comfortable. It's nice in here. So
what's your least favorite thing about the cold? What do you like the least about it?
Dressing heavy.
Dressing heavy, yeah.
I hate that. Because then you got to break out the long johns and stuff, and it's a pain in the ass. It really is, especially when you got to get the matching top, and it just looks bad. Like especially when you get undressed and that's all you got on is just that. It looks weird. It just looks like really jacked up, like terry cloth pajamas.
People say that you can always put on more clothes. I don't believe that. I think you can only put on so much, and once you're cold, you're cold. There's no warming up. Like for me, the only way I can warm up if I'm cold is to take like a hot shower. I cannot throw on clothes to get myself warm. Can you? I can't do that.
See, I heard it was bad to do that, but I do hot showers too.
You heard it's bad to take a hot shower?
Yeah, take hot showers.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
Just people.
They're wrong. They're wrong. There's no other way to get warm.
No. I mean, trust me. You take that hot shower. I've done it myself. You take the hot shower, it feels good. But then when you come right back out, when you step out,
it still feels good.
It feels good for a minute.
It feels good for a long time.
Feels good for a minute, and then eventually, when your body temperature starts to cool down and starts to adapt to that fucking cold weather again.
I'm sorry. Hot showers are the only way to get through the winter.
That
or in hot tubs.
Oh, hot
tubs are great.
I'm with you on hot tub.
It's all good.
Don't leave me hanging.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It's good. I want to know out there if you hate winter, because let's just face it, it's not fall. That's a myth. It goes from warm weather to nasty weather.
We didn't even get, did we even get spring?
I don't like spring either. That's okay.
I mean,
just give me summer.
It rained from March all the way till what, June? And then we finally got some sun, like in late June, early July. And I guess that was supposed to be our summer. And then all of a sudden, poof, we're cold.
It's awful.
It's not even November yet.
Brazil's in the chat room. Don't forget you can interact with the show
at SpongeBob
at River Talk PGH. You can text us at 412-4072-PGH.
That's my buddy.
Or you can message us in the live chat feed on Facebook if you're listening to us live. Brazil says that she is currently wrapped in a Star Wars blanket. Good taste. Because it's too early to turn on the heat. Brazil, you have more guts than I do. I already turned on the heat. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not a blanket guy. I like to be able to, if I want to, I want to be able to walk around naked if I want to. Like, that's the temperature I like it to be at all times. Yeah. I pray that I'm making more money whenever I don't have a roommate to split utilities with, because I'm a utilities worst nightmare. When it's wintertime, I crank that shit up. When it's summertime, I've got the air conditioner running all times. I know, I agree. Brazil commented back saying the gas bill. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm awful. I spend so much money in utilities, but I like to be extremely, perfectly comfortable. I like the climate to be exactly where I want it.
Do you ever plug in those the heaters, the ones that's on the floor? You ever use them?
I used to until I started paying my own utilities, and then I just pump the gas up, and I just do it that way.
Okay.
That's the way I had a roommate. Now, this is a funny story. So, in the springtime, I have really bad allergies to spring and fall.
Me too.
Yes. So, in the spring, I need the air conditioner on to work as a filtration device.
Okay.
And my last roommate, he had owned the house that we were living in. I was renting a room off of him. Mm-hmm. He had paid, before I moved there, to install full air conditioning, the full get-up. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't turn it on. He did not want to turn it on in the springtime, and I'm like, why? You have it.
Yeah.
And his reasoning wasn't the utilities. His reasoning was, well, we didn't do that when I was a kid. I'm
You're
like,
a grown-ass man now.
And that's what I said. I said, well, motherfucker, I did when I was a kid, and I'm paying half the utilities. I want the air conditioner on. I need the air conditioner on. I can't breathe. So you know what I did? I got a window unit. Mm-hmm. And then I moved it upstairs into my bedroom, and I plugged it in, and I turned it on. So we probably spent more money in utilities running that window air conditioner than if we'd have just turned on the house unit.
Wow.
So it was a
if
complete
he had just
waste.
turned the damn thing on, you wouldn't even have to buy that. You wouldn't have to buy that shit in the first place.
Well, I didn't buy it. I took one of his that was up in the attic.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just like.
So now your room is like the only one in the house that's like an igloo. Like as soon as you come in.
Well, it wasn't like an igloo, but it was definitely.
It was cool.
Cool, yeah, it was comfortable,
okay.
And
because most women, I don't know if it's the hot flashes or whatever, but a lot of the women, they like to have their air conditioning unit on full blast. They love the cold. I don't know what it is about you.
Well, I do like it cold inside. Like I said, I'm a utilities worst nightmare. When I'm inside in the summer, I want it cold. I want it like 65. In the wintertime, I want it at like 75.
These women I'm talking about, though, I'm not saying all women, but some of these women, though, they like it cold all year round. And I'm like, are you kidding? How do you sleep like this? How do you sleep comfortably?
Yeah,
like
all year round, no. In the wintertime, I want it really, really warm. Basically, whatever it is outside, I want it to be the opposite. Susan said she loves the cold. Tell me why.
Yes, I know.
Tell me why.
She does.
I want to know. I want to hear why. 412-4072-PGH at River Talk PGH. Or you can hit us up, as Susan did, in the Facebook Live chat room, which is the most popular way to communicate with the show. We have a lot on the bill for today. As I said, I will be at Octi Beer Fest tomorrow. Come check me out. I'll be
Beer Fest. I love that.
Yeah, I'll be spinning the local original music right there on Grant Avenue in Millville.
Nice.
It goes from 6 to 9 p.m. right there on the street. Definitely don't miss that opportunity. And there's like a food truck roundup going on at the same time. So
bring your coats just in case.
Yeah, bring your coats. Bring like a fire starter. Maybe we could just start a fire in the middle of the street. And that's like somebody was trying to.
Can you get away with that in Millville?
Probably not. You can get away with a lot of things here, but I feel like
right?
I feel like that's not one of the things you can get away with, though.
I'm like, oh, we already are like, well, on certain events we can walk out on the street
With beer,
but
for Millville days.
can we start
sure.
a fire and just walk around like homeless people with our hands out, just trying to stay warm and just sing Kumbaya or some weird shit,
I don't know. We've got a chocolatey story coming up, and then also a squirrely story that's going to be part of Cooper's Corner and the Hoodrat of the week. But I also wanted to let people know that we're going to be talking about a library heist. That's right. Like in Pittsburgh, our libraries are so impressive that people are trying to steal from the library. Forget the museums. Even though we have some great ones here in Pittsburgh, it's the library. People are into the library, which I think is pretty great.
Okay.
So, yeah. Do we want to roll right into Cooper's Corner?
We can.
You want to play the music?
I'm mad because
You're mad?
No, I'm mad at myself because you brought it up and I was like, damn, I forgot to send you the picture.
It's all good.
I forgot to send you the picture, but that's all
We'll
right.
make it work.
We're just gonna go right into it.
No music.
We can do music. Who wants to hear me do music?
I don't know what
What the hell was that? That is nowhere near the Cooper's Corner theme.
Yeah. Now you got to do it. Now you got to do
beatbox
it.
the boom.
You got to do it because I messed it up.
Oh, damn, I'm white. I had the beat wrong for a second. What? Cooper's Corner. Cooper's Corner. Cooper's Corner. You doing it? Cooper's Corner. Cooper's Corner. Yeah.
So I came right in there at the end.
That was good.
Corner. Yeah.
I saw you bopping your head, man. I'm gonna make a brother out of you yet. Now, let me ask you something. Emotional support animals. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. I've seen those. Actually, I knew a really great. It wasn't an emotional support animal. It was a service animal, but it was the greatest dog in the world. I'll tell you that story after this story.
Okay,
But,
yeah. Well, the reason why I brought that up is because I work in a hospital and I see emotional support animals all the time. Mostly dogs, cats, stuff like that. This one's a little different. This woman has herself an emotional support squirrel.
A squirrel?
Yeah, an 11-week-old squirrel named Daisy, and she's adorable. I don't have a picture of her, folks. Sorry. Just imagine what a squirrel looks like, and that's what Daisy looked like. This happened in Florida, of course, because that's where most of my topics come from. Is in
Crazy
Florida, Orlando, Florida. Yep.
Speaking of Florida, God bless the people who live in the Panhandle.
Yeah.
Have you seen that disaster?
I
Entire
did.
villages just dozed over.
I did, and my thoughts and prayers go out to them and stuff. So maybe talking about this lady will help brighten your messed up situation.
Yeah, if you can still get internet.
I know, right? If they can get it, yeah. Yeah, this happened in Orlando. Orlando police had to remove this woman who brought an emotional support squirrel named Daisy on the Frontiers airline flight heading from Orlando, Florida, heading to Cleveland, Ohio. Now, Frontier says that the passenger, this woman, noted in her reservation, she said that she was going to bring an emotional support animal with her, but she did not specify on what it was. And unfortunately, the airline does not accept rodents, and that includes squirrels.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're not allowed. So they
No,
asked...
why are squirrels declined, but, can you bring a cat?
I think you can bring a cat. I've seen cats and dogs brought on. I haven't seen birds.
So what's the difference between a bird and a squirrel? I understand dogs and cats are more... Are the more classic domesticated creatures in the United States, but...
I don't know. You know what? I think it's like a people thing. I think they probably would be freaked out by seeing something like that.
Okay.
I mean, considering that, the other animals we're talking about are more domestic.
In our
pets.
view,
in
other countries, they eat dogs, right? So is that true?
In other countries, do they eat dogs?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so my point is that's a very Western philosophy.
It is. So rodents is out, apparently. So they're going to have to protest that one day, and maybe one day we'll get squirrels on the airline. So they asked the lady to leave. She refused. Police had to come and cart her out on a wheelchair. Sorry, I don't have the picture for you guys because it's so funny.
Do they have a wheelchair for the squirrel, too?
I think she had the squirrel in a sack. It was on her lap.
So it's like a baby sack. So this is like her baby. They're basically trying to separate a mother from her child.
Right. I mean,
that's terrible.
Well, it is an 11-week-old squirrel, so I'm not really sure how much, I don't know how much they thought that the squirrel would do or what they thought it would do. I mean, if anything, it would just lay there and just chew on nuts or something. I don't know. But they carted her off on a wheelchair, and when spectators were looking, she told everybody to shut up and just was carted out of there with her finger up. Just gave the finger to everybody.
Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
That was awesome. I love that part. After the, maybe during the show or after the show, I'll post a picture that way y'all can see what we saw, because that was it was hilarious. The lady just being carted out by the cops with the finger up in the air. So they did get her out of there, unfortunately, and then the flight eventually left, but 2 hours late.
Wow.
2 hours late. So yeah, that sucks.
Why didn't they just, if it was domesticated, like you'll be amazed the types of animals that can be domesticated and have this really close bond with humans. I was at the Carnegie Science Center at the Rangos Theater.
Okay.
And while I was there, like I went to go see this panda show. And there's this guy. His name's like Big Bear or Papa Bear. His name's Papa Bear.
Bear. Okay.
He trains black bears in the United States to go live in the wild. And he was teaching the people in China how to train the pandas to go back and live in the wild. He finds orphaned bears.
Okay.
And he actually, as a human, was able to train these bears to successfully live in the wild as a wild black bear. But even as these animals became reintroduced into the society, he could still go and have this connection with the black bear, even though it's become wild again.
Yeah.
And it recognizes him. It recognizes this guy, Papa Bear, and will come up to him and still interact with him. So you can, any animal, you could really build that bond.
That reminds me of the grizzly, except the opposite.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever saw the grizzly.
No.
Yeah, the guy, he tried to. It was a nice movie. He tried to. It was a real one. It was a documentary movie, and he tried to converse with the bear and talk with him and everything, and try to teach him stuff. And eventually, the bears killed him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Killed him, mauled him. His body was spread out everywhere. Killed the cameraman too. So.
Wow, that's crazy.
Great movie though. I think it's because it was really that I liked it.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned the service animal, right?
Yeah.
So when I went to Westmoreland County Community College, there was this lady. She was a secretary or an administrative assistant.
Okay.
I'm not sure what her exact title was, but it was in the athletic department, and she had a hearing issue. If she looked at you, she could hear you.
Right.
Her hearing wasn't completely gone, but it was to a point where she couldn't hear certain frequencies. She couldn't hear you if you walked into the room, for example. So she had a service dog. And when you think of service dogs, you think of the seeing eye dog, right? You don't touch them.
Right.
They are they're not that sociable. Right? They just kind of stick with the person who's blind. And there's a reason for that. They can't be running off in every which direction or whatever. It can't be that sociable. But a hearing dog is the complete opposite. A hearing dog is actually trained to be sociable because it's supposed to interact with other people. Okay. And what it does is, so if she's turned around, her back is to the door, and somebody would walk in to the athletic office, the dog would let her know that somebody walked in.
Okay.
So that's what the dog would do. It would alert her of things. If there was a fire alarm, she wouldn't be able to hear the fire alarm, but the dog would let her know, hey, it's time to go. There's a fire alarm
So
going
she
off.
can hear a dog's pitch.
No, the dog would let her know.
Right. I mean, the woman would hear the dog's pitch. That's what I mean.
No, the dog would bump her.
Oh, just
physically bump her and be like, hey, it's time to go.
Oh, okay, just by touch.
Yes, the dog would hear. And yeah, she couldn't hear the dog. No,
because you were saying that she had a little bit of hearing. So
yeah, no, but she couldn't hear that. No, the dog would notify her if something happened by touching her, bumping up against her, that type of a deal.
Interesting.
But the problem is because the dog was so sociable and everybody loved her and the dog. She would come through and people would give the dog treats and play with the dog, and the dog loved the people at the college, especially people, like I was involved in student government, so the dog would see me all of the time. And the dog would get so excited, she would have to let it go, release it, and the dog would run and jump on you and lick you, and it was so lovable. The problem is if the dog became too familiar with you, it wouldn't notify her when you walked in. So she'd be sitting there, you would walk into the office, and you would have to wait for her to turn around to see you because the dog was so used to you and so comfortable with you that it would stop notifying her that you walked in.
Like, oh my God, it's such a long time I haven't seen. Oh yeah, he walked in. Just so you know. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you.
But the
That's
dog was so
cute.
cool. Yeah, it was just really interesting to interact with this dog and learn about service dogs.
And now see, and I saw a video one time that showed like it was a girl who was autistic, I believe, and she kept trying to hit herself, and the dog kept trying to block her every time she tried to do it. Like the dog would try to jump in every time and try to block her from hitting herself in the face. And
Oh, wow.
I thought that was interesting. Like,
That is
I'm
cool.
like, yeah, just trying to protect her, and then just, rubbing the face up against her face and everything. And I was like, man, see, now dogs, understandable. Squirrels, I don't know. I can't say because I've never seen an emotional support squirrel.
But
so
people
I
get
don't,
attached to all sorts of things. You see people who get attached to birds. People who get
right. I mean, I
attached
get
to
it. I
all
get
different
it.
types
I mean,
of animals.
it's just something new. It's just something new. Maybe in time, airlines
Speaking of
and
people
other
being-
places will adapt to it.
Speaking of people being attached to animals,
Okay.
have you seen comedian Brad Ryan's posts recently?
No, I haven't. What did he
So,
talk about?
He went on this tour. Like he drove down, I think, to Florida.
Oh,
He
okay.
went there with his dogs. He's living out on the beach, going to comedy shows.
Oh, okay.
That-
Shout out to
that-
Brad Ryan, fellow comic.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah,
guy.
He used to be
Great
on
guy.
the show every once in a while. But yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, he
So
is a dog lover.
Best
I
of
forgot
luck
about
to him.
that.
Oh my gosh, he's a huge dog lover.
And he loves to be outside a lot.
Yeah, so this is perfect
He's always
for him.
doing something. What did he used to do? I don't remember. I don't know if it was parasailing or jumping out of planes.
skydiving.
Or skydiving.
Yeah,
That's it. I knew he was doing something that was like crazy. No, not crazy. Crazy for us, but like.
Yeah, I want to do that one day. Even though I'm terrified of heights.
Me too.
Are you? Yeah, but I
Me
still want to
too.
do it.
Well, not terrified, but like I don't mess with it. Yeah.
I am definitely terrified. I have like these unrealistic fears of heights.
Okay.
For example, like here's an actual fear that I would have of heights. Mm-hmm. The water slides at Sandcastle.
Okay.
Not that the slides scared me.
Okay.
Going down the water slide didn't scare me that. I mean, you get a little uneasy because you're up high. That actually wasn't the terrifying part.
Okay.
The terrifying part was walking up the steps to get to the top.
And then looking down and seeing.
No,
Or
just climbing the
just going
steps.
up.
And here's
Okay.
why. I think they've changed this, if I remember correctly, but they used to have these gaps in the steps. Like you'll have the different steps and there's like the holes in between each step. I had a fear that I would somehow slip and slide in between the two steps and fall to my demise
Oh wow.
on the bottom. I don't even know if I would fit between the steps, but that's a real fear that I would have of heights.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna throw one at you right now. Another fear. One of the fears that I had was drowning
Okay.
because I can't swim. And you said you was at what was this? This was at Sandcastle.
Yes.
Okay. Well, how convenient because this is the first time me talking about this, folks. I haven't talked about this in like 20 years, 20 some years. Okay. This was like in '96 or something. No, probably like '99. Anyway, a friend of mine from Ohio. He used to live here, and then Anyway, we went to Sandcastle, and him and his friends were there. There was this one friend that he had. She was a cute girl. Her name's Carrie. Cute girl, had this nice one-piece swimsuit. Body was nice, and I'm following her everywhere, like every slide, everything we went into. So we went into this one sliding thing. And I didn't even, while waiting in line, I didn't even notice the big ass sign there that said, "Can you swim? The pool is 12 feet deep." I did not see the sign because I was blinded by the booty.
You said you can't swim? Is that
I
it?
can't swim.
Oh, okay.
No, I can do shallow shit, man. I can do that. So I didn't even pay attention to the sign. I'm following her, and she went down, boom, no problem. And then I go down the slide, whoosh, bam, hit the water, all the way down at the bottom.
Oh, my
My
gosh.
feet hit the bottom of the pool, and I'm looking up. And I'm just like, oh, God, how the hell do I get out of here?
How did you get out?
Okay, well, this is embarrassing.
Somebody come and save you?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to pull out, so I'm going like this. and I'm pulling myself down more than anything. So I'm going like this, and then I'm going like that. I couldn't figure it out. And this cute girl, this lifeguard, had to jump in and pull me out and stuff. And she was like, "Are you okay? Like, you can't swim? I said, no. She was like, didn't you read the sign? I said, no. What sign? And she showed me. And I mean, literally, I don't know. I haven't been to Sandcastle in so many years, but it was a big sign, though.
So would you say it's death due to not being able to swim, or would you say it would have been death due to Tushy?
Oh, the first one. Oh, man.
My God, they'd have been hauling your ass to Hahn Funeral Home, the only family-owned funeral home in Millvale, specializes in green burials. That's Hahn Funeral Home right here in Millvale. That'd have been terrible.
You used my story to plug Hahn's funeral. That's awesome. The timing was perfect.
I can't even imagine that because I'm an incredible swimmer. Like, really, really good. I was a dually certified lifeguard. I grew up at a pool. So to me, it's just like natural instinct. If I was in that situation, I would have immediately just rose to the top.
I mean,
I'm not saying I'm not judging. I'm just saying. Like,
no, I'm just saying.
I can't comprehend it. It's like for example, like you like I don't know what's something that like you do. Like say like taking the bus, right? You probably just do that naturally. Like it's no big deal for you, right? You just know where all the bus routes are, and you can do it because you've been doing it for so long. Like to me, that would be terrifying. I would get lost immediately, even with modern day technology and looking on a cell phone app. I would get lost. So that's kind of how it is. I view the swimming the same way. It's such a natural thing for me to do that I can't even comprehend not knowing what to do.
Oh, you should have saw me when I was driving to Rock's Landing. I mean, just going there by myself. I mean, well, not by myself. My mom ruined the car with me. But just riding on those busy streets in Banksville, man. I mean, during the day, Banksville can be busy. But at night, it's really busy, especially on a Saturday. Like, yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Look at Christine Marie. Hi, Christine Marie. How you doing? Look at all these people that's watching.
Jay Cooper. I'm Brian Crawford. This is River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network. Don't forget, you can tell your Amazon Echo to play the River's Edge station on TuneIn to listen to local live music and great talk shows 24 hours a day at riversedgepgh.com as well. So if you want to interact with the show, we've got 412-407-2PGH. You can text us there, or you can message Jay on Twitter at Coop Troop Comedy. I'm at River Talk PGH, and we also have the Facebook Live chat, like Christine Marie, who says, do you think dog whistle refers to the whistling of a dog's lips? Well, I don't think so. Dog whistle's that thing that you used to call dogs, correct?
Right. And that usually don't make a sound, right? Well, human ears can't.
We can't hear it, yeah.
But I've never done it to a dog because I like dogs, so I think that would be fucked up if I did that.
Well, it depends. Does it hurt them? Does it hurt their ears?
I think it does.
Well, then that's mean.
Like, it makes them run in circles, and they cover their faces
and stuff. Oh, that's horrible.
And
I didn't know that. See, I've never used a dog whistle. So.
Yeah, people use them to discipline them.
That's horrible.
I've seen it on videos where they, like, send dogs to obedience school and stuff.
Those people should be punished.
Yeah.
Anytime you hurt a dog, like that's painful, like an ear pain. That's a pain that's pretty horrible.
Have you seen like how dogs act up like when a fire alarm goes off? A smoke detector.
Oh my gosh,
when that smoke detector goes off, that's pain in their ears. They're like, arr! So I can just imagine that's something that we can hear, and it's fucking with them.
Well, we used to have this where I used to live. I lived. Basically, the reason why I can do the overnight schedule, and like right now, there's actual road construction going on in front of my house, jackhammers and everything, like my room's vibrating while I'm sleeping. I can sleep through it because of the conditions in which I was subjected to as a child. Not conditions where my parents were bad. No, my parents were fantastic. It was a living environment, which was not conducive to sleep. But once you get adjusted to it, you can sleep through anything. I lived on a hill above a train track.
Okay.
I had two dogs barking nonstop to the right side of the house. On the left side of the house, there was a drunk who would launch fireworks at the house.
Okay.
And down the street, on the opposite side of the alley, there was a firehouse that had a siren that pointed directly at my bedroom window.
Oh, wow.
That fire alarm would run every day at noon for no reason, and during any fire for 3 minutes straight. 3 minutes without ending. Not a pulsating alarm.
That's a long time.
Not an alarm where it would go, meep, meep. No, we're talking meep.
Oh, that's annoying.
For 3 minutes straight.
Oh,
it was
that's
super
annoying.
loud, pointed directly at the house. And the poor dog would cry. I would have to run inside because it was so loud.
Like yelping, right?
But the dog would be crying. Yeah, I would have to run the dog inside because I feel like the dog probably could have gotten ear damage because this thing was so loud. And it went for 3 minutes straight. And by the grace of God, a bolt of lightning struck the horn one year.
Nice.
And completely took it out of commission. And the new one that they got did not last for 3 minutes straight. Thank God. It was terrible. And every day at noon, it would go off for no reason, just because it was noon. To let everybody know. You know what? We all have cell phones. We all have tablets, watches.
Yeah.
We don't... Alexas. You don't need an alarm to go off at noon every day. And it was so bad. If we were on the phone with somebody, they asked if there was an air raid going on.
Okay.
Because the noise was so loud.
That bad.
We've never even gotten into the news, but I feel like these stories are great.
Yeah, they are. Because they're real life. They're the real stories, personal stories that we, Yeah.
Do you like this cold, miserable, horrible, wretched, bone-chilling weather? If so, please tell us why.
Yeah.
Give me... I cannot come up with a single good thing about the cold weather, except for hockey season. But, that's all played indoors nowadays, so you don't even need the cold for that. 412-4072-PGH, at RiverTalk PGH, at Coop Troop Comedy, and in the Facebook Live feed. There's a man, a couple men, who have tried to get away with a book heist. Dun, dun, da, 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 dun, dun, da, 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 dun. It wasn't as exciting.
Okay, I just realized you did Mission Impossible. Okay.
It wasn't as exciting as the movie.
What the hell are you doing?
These two guys stole historical books from the Carnegie Library. It was 3 months ago.
Okay.
It was a rare book. And unfortunately, I bet you it wasn't that exciting because they worked there.
Okay.
They probably just smuggled it out. But I'm imagining, coming through the roof, through motion sensors and lasers, scrolling down on a cable, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe spraying some dust to see the lasers appear, dropping down, rolling around, maybe, throwing a bookmark up at a security camera to cut the wire.
Okay.
So they could be, hidden so no one could see them.
Okay.
Taking an eraser and tossing it into some sort of a nozzle so a poison gas can't come out to stop you from stealing the book. That's kind of what I imagine.
And did they say what kind of books they were? You said it was
Yeah, so it was it's the owner of a Caribbean bookshop.
Okay.
Who did this.
This already feels like National Treasure.
That's what I'm saying, right? And have you been to the Carnegie Library?
Wait, which one?
The one in Oakland?
Yes.
That's the one
Oh, yeah, that one's huge.
It's huge, and it's awesome, and it's old.
Library.
And can't you imagine some Mission Impossible type shit happening
in
the library?
Because their ceilings are so high.
Yes.
It's really high. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I can imagine. So basically, they stole these really old books, or allegedly, and they're caught and they're being prosecuted. But I just think that this is kind of awesome. It's our own version. Like we've got the museum right next door, and that's what you think. You think somebody goes in to the art museum, right, and steals a piece of art. But we have a library that's so badass that people are stealing books from the library.
That is
on the second floor. They have a department where you can actually borrow scores of music to go home and play for different instruments. You can borrow video games. You can borrow anything there.
You know what my dad does at our Carnegie Library in Beachview? He orders CDs to come, and when he brings them home, he burns them all, and then just returns them back.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't say that on air. I don't think that's actually illegal.
That's probably illegal, but it's all right.
Yeah, they stole it from the rare book room.
I just outed my dad, man. I'm sorry, Pops. All right, go ahead.
The guy tried to cover his tracks And see, this is what I meant. Like, it's probably really boring, right? Like, he tried to cover his tracks by erasing some records or whatever, but I imagine he covered his tracks by like, I don't know, like coming in with a broom, descending from the air, sweeping his footprints, like upside down, hanging so he doesn't touch the floor because it's motion censored, and sticking a USB into a computer to hack the system. Like, that's what I imagine. It probably was a lot less interesting than that.
Yes. Or, well, this is what I was thinking about for less interesting. What I've seen people do is they would rip the book out, keep the binder, and then just put another one in there. You know what I mean? Like,
That's still not as cool. Like, it would be cooler
it's
if
not
it
as
was
cool.
It would be
but
cooler if it was a
it's
book
sneaky.
situation where, like, I don't know, the book is on a motion sensor, and if he pulls the book out, a giant boulder will descend from the ceiling and roll over and crush him into a long death. So he's hanging suspended from the air. He's got one book in his right hand. He grabs the book that he wants in his left hand, holds the book above it, and as he pulls it out, he slides it into place, but he accidentally slips up, and the boulder falls, and it goes to roll him over. But quick thinking, he pulls something off of his utility belt, right? Like a bunch of marbles, and he throws them at the boulder, and the marbles hit the boulder just at the right angle, that it shifts the boulder, and the boulder then plunges through a wall onto the streets in Oakland and derails a Port Authority bus. Like, that to me is much more interesting.
And then they make their daring escape.
Yes, because everyone's distracted by the chaos on the streets that he just walks out in the crowd and he hides in plain sight.
Okay.
That's what would happen. That's a much cooler story.
Now that's a cool caper. I always like movies where they steal and then they just walk out the front door.
Yes, that's what he would do because everyone's distracted by...
like The Inside Man.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie?
No, but it sounds...
Dude, you gotta see that. Denzel
I don't,
Washington,
I don't
man.
watch movies.
Dude, that's a good movie, though.
Okay.
It's a mind... Yeah, yeah. It was awesome. You gotta check it out. Denzel Washington, man. Come on now. Shit. I know Brazil saw it. I hope. I don't know. She might have.
She might have. But I'm really excited about this entire story. I wonder if we can get some... No, they're not going to talk about it. I'd love to be able to talk to somebody in the library.
I want to know what books they stole. I'm like intrigued now because I'm like,
well,
you
I
stole
can
a book.
tell you it was a Spanish book, allegedly. Let's see. It was a Spanish book. The title here, it escapes me. Okay, Spanish Patents of Nobility. So that was the name.
Now, I wonder,
according to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
I wonder if the book had like encryptions or something that led you into someplace else where you have to open something up and then...
Oh, like what's that movie? I've never seen it because I don't watch movies, but the National Treasure, where like they've got like the Illuminati and he's got a puzzle and it leads him to treasure.
Right,
that type of a deal?
They circle certain letters and stuff and it spells out stuff.
I hope it's that.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I love stuff like that.
That would be incredible. I would be 100% behind that.
Yes.
As you know. So, all right. Well, it is that time. The time everyone always waits for, right?
Oh yeah.
It is time.
You gotta raise the roof though.
It is time for the Hoodrat of the Week here on River Talk.
Gotta take out my glasses for this.
At riversedgepgh.com.
Look, we came, we saw, and died.
All right, what do we have?
What we have for Hoodrat of the Week is a 47-year-old man by the name of William Rodriguez, a.k.a. the Chocolate Man, a.k.a. Willy Wonka.
Wait, say this again?
Yeah.
Willy Wonka?
Yeah, he calls himself Willy Wonka, or the Chocolate Man. 47 years old, Willy Wonka Rodriguez. Leader of a multi-state ATM and vehicle burglary ring. He recently...
Wait, he's in the banking industry?
Sort of. That's one way to look at it.
Is an ATM, that's what you put your card in, right?
Right. Yeah, he's kind of in the banking industry, and he's like a pursuer of ATMs. I guess that's one way of looking at it. He pled guilty yesterday to his role in crimes in many states, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, stealing ATMs and stuff from important businesses that added up to over $300,000. That's property and currency. So he was the one out of the 5 people who was investigated back in August who was arrested.
And what does he do? Invest in chocolate? After
That's
the
what I'm
fact?
trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out why they call him that. I was going through articles and stuff. I'm thinking the only reason why they call him that is because
He makes it rain, chocolate rain.
Well, he's black. So I was thinking, okay, maybe that's that. And then Willie, because his name is William. So I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together, but I'm still trying to figure out why. But here's where it gets real interesting, though. Okay, so back in August when he and his buddies got arrested, back in August, there was a police sting, and the sting operation was called Operation Golden Ticket.
Yes.
Tell me that's not awesome.
That is amazing.
I love it. Yeah, so him and his gang, which I wish they had a name, like the Chocolate Factory or the Oompa Loompas.
That's what I was going to say.
something.
Yeah, Willy Wonka and the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah,
that's
so-
incredible.
Right? So these guys, they would wear black, all black, wear masks. They carried police scanners. They had tools. They would steal cars. And
Were they all
would-
midgets?
Not that I know of.
Damn it.
Not that I know of. And they would crash into buildings to steal the ATMs.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That is awesome.
So Rodriguez
Serves
he's-
them right. You know, the ATMs deserve it because they all, with all of the damn fees,
Yeah.
right? Like you have to spend money to get your money out. This guy might actually be like the Robin Hood of maybe that's why he goes by Willy Wonka, because you know it's like he's a treat. He's
Yeah.
refreshing.
You know
He's
what's-
giving them a dose of their own medicine, those thieves.
And you know what's funny? Like when I first read about this, it made me think about the movie Barbershop, another movie that you probably never saw.
No, I've never
but
seen it.
A lot of people on there, you've seen Barbershop, and you remember when Anthony Anderson and dude broke in to the corner store and stole that ATM, thinking they was going to be rich, but they didn't even put money in it yet. And they spent the whole movie breaking into the ATM trying to get the money out. There was no money put in there. At least this guy was stealing ATMs that had money in it. You know. So anyway, Rodriguez, he remains in jail on a $500,000 bond, pending sentencing
Somebody give
on
him a
November
golden ticket.
7th. Yes, somebody please get him out. I like
I
this
want
guy.
this guy to get out. Like he's kind of like a robber. Like, can you imagine if this guy teamed up with the guys from the library?
Right?
Whew.
Because, yeah, that would be perfect. Because this guy's facing 12 years if they convict him.
You know, and
You know,
I'm sorry,
this
I
dude-
don't like ATM machines. Like, they should all be free.
Yeah, you know what? It's crazy.
The banks make enough
because-
money. They make enough money.
It's crazy because they have an app for, like, depending on what your card is, and they tell you where you can go to make, you know, like where ATMs are close to you where you can get them cheap or for free. Like you said, all of them should be free. The ones downtown, most of them downtown, charge $3.50.
It's insane.
For withdrawal. So I try to find places that charge like $2. $2 I can do. $2.50 I can do. Anything over $2.50, I feel like it's highway robbery.
It is.
So
You're
whenever
paying
I
money
do-
to get your own money
Right,
out.
to get my own shit. I'm paying you $3.50
And the
or,
thing
or
is
whatever
the
to
banks-
pull out my own money.
And the banks have such restricted hours nowadays that you can't go to the bank to get your money out, so you have to go to one of these machines. I'd rather go talk to a person.
Sometimes I do. But sometimes they just be getting on my nerves because they're telling me what I can do and what I can't do. And then, like, the receipts, they be saying, okay, well, I never understood this. Like, this is your balance and this is your available balance. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? You're telling me that this amount of money is available for me to take out, but that one right there, that was my actual, that's my actual balance. Why can't I just take out all that if I want to?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they're a pain.
And then
they you don't actually own your own money. That's the thing.
That's
The
why I
banks
don't like
own your
banks.
money.
I hate banks. And then they give you a limit of how much you can take out. You know what? What's the limit for most? $400?
I don't know.
Like $400, I think is like the most you can take out, which is bullshit.
I do like Perry down here in Millville, First National. He's pretty good, but he's kind of the exception. I've had most other banks I've had bad experiences with.
Oh, okay.
So
I usually just make one big ass withdrawal and then I'm good until the next pay.
yeah.
Because if you keep doing it,
So I don't
then-
do that because if I have cash, I lose it.
Why?
I
What are you
just
doing
do.
with the
I
money?
don't know. I don't like it. I like to use the card for everything. I spend.
Don't you get charged more by using the card each time?
No.
Oh, that's right. You actually got a rip. I'm sorry, y'all. I have a prepaid card. So so every time I use my card, I'm getting charged each time when I do it. So it's like, ooh, he's about to make a purchase. Add $1 to that shit. Like this. That's what it is.
Yeah,
So
that's what it is.
if I buy a pop for like $2, guess what? I just paid $3 for it.
Wow. Yeah, that's too much. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's ridiculous.
Bill says ATM Ninja, it should be the name of a movie or a band. ATM Ninja. Can you imagine if...
I like the name of that.
Well, what if an ATM Ninja went to battle against Willy Wonka and his Oompa Loompas? Who would win that battle?
I'd have to see what this ATM Ninja
I
looked
feel
like.
I feel like Willy would win because, like, though the Oompa Loompas may be small, they are mighty and there are many, and I feel like they could overwhelm the ninja.
Because there's 5 of them. It's 5. It's
There's
Willy
only
Wonka,
5.
It's Willy Wonka.
No, the
and
ninja
4
would.
guys.
The ninja would win. I was thinking like a legion of Oompa Loompas following Willy Wonka, like all of these like.
Well, this Willy
these
Wonka
little,
guy.
I can imagine all of these little people like coming like raiding the ATM. And I could see like the ninja getting in the way, and maybe like he would take down like 50 Oompa Loompas, but like 200 more would come, jumping on him, taking his sword, his katana, chopping him down at the knee, making him a little person, like
Okay.
cutting him down by the knees.
Yeah. I wish I could have
A taste of his own medicine.
I wish I could have posted the picture of Willy Wonka, what this guy looks like, because he's a buff guy.
Well, sure,
The
he's
dude,
Willy Wonka, but I
he was-
imagine the
he's-
Oompa Loompas are,
Yeah, he ain't no Gene Wilder, y'all. Like, this dude, he's a bald black dude, and he's buff. Like, he's like 6'2", muscular, look like he did time already. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, and I saw him standing there with his, like, he had his arms crossed like that, handcuffed. Like, how do you cross your arms in his handcuff like that? And he looked like
Wow.
he's big enough where he could have just broke them handcuffs and just ran out the court. Like, he could have just did that. But he just said, I'm going to let my lawyer handle this shit. Because he's gangster like that. I like that shit. I hope you make it out.
I just hope
Because your
like.
name is too cool for you to be in prison, man.
And he's also going after like ATM machines, and I don't like them. So maybe that will open up the bankers' eyes to make ATMs free, free for all.
See, I swear I wish you watched movies, man, because they had some good stuff.
I just don't have time.
You got to make Bandits. Good movie. Bruce Willis, Billy Bob Thornton. They were called the Sleepover Bandits.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, they what they did was, and it was really smart. I'm surprised no one's ever done it because the movie was so genius. What they would do is they would case the place, in case the manager of the bank. They would go to the bank manager's house and spend the night at their house, and then leave with them in the morning to go into the bank and rob them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that way it's like, it's a stick up. No, they're already in there waiting for the employees to come in, and it's like, hey, how you doing? This is a stick up. Everybody in the vault.
And they locked him in the vault.
They locked him in there until somebody got him out, and I'm like, this is genius. Why don't you do this? Just come to the door. They'd be like,
So I don't wanna
"Hi,
actually
we're the
steal from
Sleepover
the-
Bandits. We're here to rob your bank."
That's a
in the
pretty cool
morning."
name, I will say that.
Yeah, the Sleepover Bandits. Ain't that cool?
But I mean, I wouldn't actually rob from an actual bank. See, my whole thing is, I feel like Willy Wonka he's not attacking the banks, he's attacking the ATM system, and he's trying to change society. He's a higher thinker. He's saying, the ATM system is flawed. It's a ripoff. He's trying to change the system. He doesn't have anything against banks. He's not trying. Sure, he'll make a quick buck off of it, but really, he's thinking of societal change. He is a revolutionary. He is trying to change the banking system and make it more fair and equitable to the little people so they're not getting nickel and dimed with these fees. Willy Wonka's a hero.
I guess that's one way to look at it. And then another way is thinking, well, damn, why did they have to drive into the place to pull this shit out?
For theatrics.
Think about all the extra fees that goes into like rebuilding the shit. And
Well, now they'll know. Now they'll learn.
Yeah. That's pretty good though. Over $300,000 in just 4 states.
Wow.
That's pretty cool for ATMs. I like that.
I bet you the Oompa Loompas hire the library heister
The Library HEIST.
to train them into like how to like Mission Impossible their way into the prison, and they'll use a candy bar. That's what they'll do. They'll mold a candy bar into the shape of a key, and unlock the prison door. And he'll make his escape. Willy Wonka, it'll be like a Batman episode. You can't keep him in Arkham forever.
Honestly,
he's going to make his way out.
This guy looks like someone who could escape. He really do. Hey, if Ted Bundy couldn't do it and he escaped prison twice. You know what I'm saying? The dude, he escaped prison and raped more women, killed more women, and then, like, Yeah, so if his little self can do it, then Big Willie
can do it as well.
We just gave him a new nickname, Big Willie.
Big Willie. I like Willy Wonka better.
Yes, Willy Wonka is better. Big Willie is probably what he's going to be called when he does go to jail, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he goes to prison.
Any last
Hopefully
thoughts?
he can back up that name.
Any last thoughts on the changing of the seasons? 412-407-2PGH.
Yes, call in, tell us what you think.
Well, text us. You can also hit us up on the Facebook Live feed, like Susan, who says that she doesn't like sweating. She says it's gross. I think it's gross when people don't wear deodorant. But sweating itself, though, I don't mind. I'd rather sweat than freeze.
Oh, my God. 2 days ago at the gym, because, I spin cycle.
Yes.
I do it 4 days a week. So there was this guy, little dude, probably no more than 5 feet tall. He came
An Oompa Loompa?
Kinda.
Could he be one of Willy Wonka's Oompa Loompas?
It's possible. It's possible. He was short enough.
All right.
So the guy, I didn't know because I was on the other side of the room, but apparently the guy stunk, like really, really bad. There was mostly guys in the room, and there was 2 chicks in the back. They were behind him. He smelled so bad that the girls left before class even started. Just left. And then the instructor, she smelled him, and she couldn't tell him that she stinked.
Yeah.
If I had smelled, I would have said something to him. But she had to open the door and do the class. We had the fan on, the air conditioning, and she had the door propped open. So the people who were working out outside, who were looking at themselves in the mirror while they work out and shit, they had to listen to that loud ass music.
Why do you look at yourself in the mirror as you're working out?
I don't know.
That seems so
I
stupid.
don't know why people do that. Because there's so many vain people out there.
Yeah.
They get upset especially when you share the mirror. Oh, they hate that. They hate
That's good to know.
share
So
the mirror.
For now on, whenever I go to the gym, I'm just going to stand behind people.
Don't stand behind them.
I'll give them like the bunny
stand
ears
right
as they're
them.
doing it. I'll make it like a mockery.
Just stand right beside them, because it fucks with their eyes and stuff. Because now it's like they can't concentrate on them because they see somebody in their peripheral, like on the side and stuff, and it really messes with them. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you're not even really working out hard. You're not busting a sweat. Why are you staring at yourself in the mirror, you cocky narcissist bastard? Like, seriously, I hate that. And then, like, I see some of these girls that dress up in the tight leotard shit, and then they wear heels and stuff, because I guess they're trying out for Miss Body competition or some shit. So they're posing and strutting in front of the mirror and stuff, and I'm just like, if you don't get your ass away from that mirror and save it for people who's actually doing shit, like, most people should know how to lift weights right. You don't have to look at
know.
You
Yeah,
don't have to
need
look at
walk.
yourself to see yourself do it. Like I did it myself, and I thought I looked weird, especially when breathing.
Yeah.
Just seeing myself going.
Yeah,
I realized how stupid
it's
I
dumb.
looked. I looked like a fish out of water. I looked really bad. So
this guy
I stopped
smelled,
doing it.
right?
Yes, he smelled, and I didn't know until after the class was over, and she told me, like, I'm sorry, I had to prop that door open. He smelled so bad, my eyes were crossed. Like, her eyes just went straight
So what's
up,
worse, in your opinion, body odor or cheap dollar store perfume?
Body odor.
Really?
Hands down. Oh, my God, body odor just stink. Because at least with perfume...
Not good perfume. We're talking about the cheap dollar store variety.
Well, with cheap perfume, yeah, it's bad. It's terrible. I smell all the time, especially when they leave them in elevators at my job.
Plus, a lot of the people who wear them.
But body odor, that came from you. That's your sweat glands and shit, and
But
just mixed in.
The problem with the cheap perfume, though, is a lot of times it's people who don't wear deodorant.
Mm-hmm. Or don't know how to properly.
Oh no, I think they know. I mean, how hard is it? You just stick the stick under your armpit and you rub. It's not that hard to apply it.
Right.
I think it's
they
people...
even got sprays.
Exactly.
For those who don't even want to use the
But
roll-on.
I feel like the people who wear the cheap dollar store perfume, they're not showering. And they think that it can make up for not showering, and it doesn't.
See,
so then you've got the body odor smell mixed in with the cheap dollar store perfume smell.
Yeah.
And you don't smell like someone who's classy. You smell like someone who's trying to get a job on the corner of a dark alley, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what you smell like.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Like, that's one of the things, like, most people who know me, especially the ladies, like, when they see me, they always compliment me on how good I smell. Because I take hygiene very seriously.
Yes.
I put on deodorant in the morning. I put on deodorant when I go to the gym.
Oh, wow. You put it on a lot.
Because I'm not going to stink, man.
I only put it on once a day, but it lasts. I don't sweat that much, though.
See, I'm always on the run. I'm always on the run at my
So
job.
am I.
I'm running around. I'm going up and down 7 levels, hours at a time and stuff. And then, running on the treadmill, doing the bike thing, doing the machines and all that shit. So I sweat a lot.
I don't smell good, but I don't smell bad. I smell very neutral. I don't smell.
Oh, no,
I
don't smell,
want.
but I make sure I don't. Just to make sure.
But I mean, I don't add anything to make me smell good, is what I'm saying. I just want to smell nothing. Like, I don't want to smell like anything. I don't want to smell good. I don't want to smell bad.
Yeah.
I want someone to come up and give a and be like, oh, you don't smell like anything. That's what I want.
See, I got that. See, I have that Axe body type of thing. They love that.
Okay.
And
I'm allergic to all scents. So, like, if you were to wear that, it wouldn't bother me that much because it's not that strong. You know what I mean? Like, you don't drown yourself in it like some people do.
I spray it on my arms and then
little
I just go like
spritz,
this.
yeah.
That's all.
And that's fine, yeah. But if I
do.
were to wear it on myself, I would feel sick because I would smell it all day and it's so close to me. You wearing it doesn't bother me, but if I were to do it, it would be bad. If that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
You see this from David Hipchin? Hockey season, and I just love the smell of fresh, cold air. What the hell does fresh, cold air smell like?
It smells like misery and pain.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I do like to breathe winter air because I feel like it definitely, it's easier to breathe, and it does, like, you can really fill up your whole lung system by breathing in winter air, but I don't like the way it feels on the rest of my body.
I can dig it.
So, like, I wouldn't mind, like, wearing a mask and just walking around with, like, a mask on me and just breathing in cold air, but leaving the rest of my body
They have stuff like
free.
that.
Yeah, do they?
That Velcro type thing that you can just put in and it just covers your.
Would you look
the bottom half
like?
of
Would
your
you
face.
look like what's his name? Venom from Bane from Batman. Is that what it looks like?
Something like that, yeah.
See, I feel like that might be worth trying out.
I think that would look good on you.
You think that would look good on me? That look?
Absolutely.
Look like a badass walking around Pittsburgh.
Yeah, definitely.
It's worth a shot, right?
Yeah.
Anything is worth a shot. So, Jay, what do you have coming up?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because actually this is going into next month. The Pittsburgh Improv Comedy Contest is back.
It's back.
Yes. So I will be on November 15th, which I know is like a month from now, but I'm letting you people know. And every week I will be mentioning it because I want you people to come out. It's the new improv, the new and improved improv.
Oh, that's right. It's been remodeled,
It's
right?
been remodeled. They added like almost 200 extra seats. It is crazy. I can't wait. Y'all need to come out, support your boys so that way I can make it to the finals. It is on Thursday, November 15th. So be out there for that. Now, before
mark
that,
your calendars.
Yes, mark your calendars. Now, October 27th, me and Howie D. Mack, we're doing the Last of the Landing again.
Nice.
Yep, at the Rocks Landing in McKees Rocks, 506 Chartiers Avenue. We got all the people from PCTV's Comics on Life. We got Just Janelle. We got David the Frog Bay. We got Stefan Braxton. Everybody.
What date is that again?
That one is October 27th. That's on a Saturday. So come out to that one. That's at 9 o'clock. Y'all need to come out to that one. That's going to be a hell of a time. I'll mention it again next week, too. So for now, hey, I'm going to be hitting all the open mics that I can to prepare myself. For the improv, man.
Hit up the mic scene.
That's right. I'll be hitting the R Bar in Dormont on Thursday nights. I'll be hitting the Beer Hive on Wednesdays. I'm hitting the Smiling Moose on Mondays. I'm hitting it, baby. I'm getting out there because I'm trying to perfect my game for November 15th because I'm going in for the 5th year in a row.
Woo.
This time I'm going to win.
Woo!
I better win.
He's going to win.
Woo!
All right. Don't forget to come out to Millvale tomorrow, 6 to 9 p.m. for Ock Tea Beer Fest, which is going on right on Grant Avenue. I'll be there. Come say hi. I'll be spinning the local music that you hear, like Scumbag Inc., our theme song here on the River's Edge, which is playing right now. We'll be playing music, great local music like that. We'll also be announcing prizes. There are prizes to get at the Ock Tea Beer Fest, so be sure to come out 6 to 9 tomorrow. I'll be back Sunday night. We're going to have Suzanne Werder, a great local musician who has organized Bus Nagy, which is an art show. It's an art show that is occurring outside of the Carnegie Museum of Natural Art and History in a bus shelter. Definitely something to check out, and you can learn all about it Sunday night, 7 p.m., right here on River Talk. This is the River's Edge Radio Network. Don't forget, you can listen at riversedgepgh.com, local music, 24 hours a day. You can also go to our Facebook page and click the music player button right there to check out local music on Facebook while you're browsing. That's Jay Cooper. I'm Brian Crawford. I'm back Sunday night, 7 p.m., right here at Mr. Small's Theater on the River's Edge.
Later, bitches.